Alright, we've got some fans here. Were you guys in the arena tonight?
We were indeed, yeah.
Tell me what it was like to be in the arena for that card.
Unbelievable. Been waiting 5 years. 5 years. I've been watching MMA since I was 10 years old, and it took that long to come here, and it was unbelievable.
Alright, John Gooden, UFC commentator. John, first of all, Dublin fight card is in the books. What's your reaction to the entire event?
Damn. That was something else.
Crazy. Like, that was like on a different level.
I'd say from a fan perspective, fantastic card. You know, I mean, they can't ask for any more. They did their part and they got what they deserve. You know, great card for English fans, Irish fans, European fans. You know, what more can you ask for it? It promised and it delivered. You know. With
Ariel Helwani from MMAfighting.com. You got the Irish flag wrapped around you.
Yeah.
First of all, UFC Dublin is in the books. It's in the books. What's your reaction? You've been to a lot of events. What's your reaction to that card?
I'm tweeting Dana White while the fights are going on saying, get me on a card. The next fight in Dublin, I want to be here, man. Because I'm ready to switch over my passport to Irish. This was intense. This was the craziest event I've ever been to, and it was unreal.
Maybe the most exciting event that I've ever attended. It was magical. I'm so happy that I was here. It reminds me of UFC 134 when they went back to Brazil for the first time in a very long time. So it was tremendous, a home run.
To be there live, it really felt like it was an I was there moment. You can't say enough good things about the Irish fans. They were just incredible. They completely covered us in beer when McGregor won. Decibels through the roof. A great night for the UFC and a great night for Irish MMA.
At Lee MMA only?
At Lee MMA only, yes.
From MMA Hour Rick's Picks fame?
15 seconds of fame on Ariel's show. Yeah,
I'm pretty sure the fans have won over the UFC to come back here every single year.
It's the support of the Irish. We only have very few people that ever rise up and make the big stage. Conor's done that, and the whole country's going to get behind him now because Ireland now, Conor's their son.
Just think fans. The Irish are very intelligent in terms of viewers, but they know how to have a good time. Did you see the waves? Did you see everybody like in unison? It was almost as though it was a party for them.
So passionate. They're adoring. They're unlike any fan that I've ever met. They truly love their own guys, which is really cool. They truly support their own and they support the sport. They've been dying for this. Distance makes the heart grow fonder. They've been dying for this, and the UFC rewarded them tonight.
I think there were still a few people that might have been on the fence with Conor McGregor coming into this fight. Do you think it's kind of proved everyone that he is here to stay? He's a top contender and he's a superstar here at the UFC.
Well, the thing is, I said it on the commentary and I'll say it again. He beat Brandao in his most dangerous round. Brandao is the most dangerous in that first round, and Conor didn't coast. He didn't try to take him into deep waters. He went in there, it was concise, and he got the job done. And that to me sends a real shockwave through the division. A lot of people are going to sit up and listen now.
I think a lot of people didn't think that he was ready for Diego Brandao. I think a lot of people, I don't understand the people that say that he's overhyped or that he's not deserving of the attention that he receives. Because there's nothing wrong with pinpointing that someone is a star in the making. There's nothing wrong with pinpointing that someone is worth paying attention to, and he is worth paying attention to because of all of this and because of what happened inside the arena.
We're going off the ACL surgery. You know, you got the Lloyd-Side treatment in Boston. He's come back, you know, taking a year out. Brandao with sort of borderline sort of top 10, 15 opponents. When he comes to bed, like what else can you say? If there's any other doubters out there now, you're having a laugh, seriously, because the guy is the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's difficult for me because, you know, as an official, you're always towing the line and you're sat on the fence. You know, I've known Conor for a number of years, and I saw him when he first started to break through. The very first time I saw him fight. I remember saying to John Kavanagh, me and John go back a number of years in the scene. And I remember saying to John, I'm like, you know, this kid's different. Who is this guy?
He's genuine. He's enthusiastic and he's genuine. Like, he really wants to go out there and perform. He has a lot of energy. So you get that, that's all you need, dude. Enthusiasm, and he's genuine. That's the biggest thing. A lot of people do it. They do it for a show. He really wants to fucking cut somebody's head off and have a good show. So I think that's him. The fans here feel that emotion. He's been raised with it, and it's just a beautiful, it comes together beautifully.
Ele.
Conor is a performer both inside the ring and outside, and he's so professional, you know, very calm, strategic, and putting a show for the fans.
I mean, I know he likes to contend that he doesn't feel the pressure, but I think you wouldn't be a human being if you didn't feel the pressure coming back from a hiatus, coupled with the fact that essentially the UFC have come back to his hometown, essentially for him. So he must have been feeling pressure. He probably never admits it, but he must have felt an element of pressure. And like you say, he delivered. And I think the UFC will be coming back here quite regularly, if venue permitting.
There was a gamble that Conor McGregor took tonight in my book. That I thought he was always going to beat Cole Miller, but Brandao's a slightly more dynamic fighter. And he kept going, and he kept going, he kept selling it, and he delivered. And I love it. I love it when someone comes out and says, this is what I'm going to do, and they go and deliver it.
But it's insane. Like, they love him. I've never seen so much passion for a UFC fighter from a crowd. Maybe in Brazil for silver, maybe, but the passion here, like these young kids who actually want to beat him, and they're like 7, 8 years old. It's unbelievable.
And you know, I'm Irish. I'm going to say it, but I'm telling you, Dustin Poirier next, and after that fight, we're probably looking at a world title fight for Conor. I think personally.
Late show's the biggest show in Ireland. He's been on that 3 times. He's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And like I say, he is the poster boy for Europe at the moment, and he's just going to continue to rise and rise and rise. And hopefully, he wins the belt.
I'm pretty sure he's going to fight Dustin Poirier. You know, I've been around the sport a little while, and when I think about it, that's the one that makes sense. I think that's a very, very tough fight for him.
So I think they're moving him along quickly. I think Poirier makes sense. It's a fight that's just so easy to make. And if he wins that fight, he's probably one fight away from fighting for the belt.